everyone, today I'm setting up a more natural tank design for my new half-moon baby betta fish. I've never tried live plants before, and this is my first time putting more like natural items inside the tank, so we'll see how it goes. First, I'm just kind of taking out her log and making sure that there's no harmful accessories. I'm going to be putting everything inside of this bucket just because it's the easiest place to keep it. First, I of course removed all the silk plants that can fade and color the water. I wanted her to be able to hide, and this was the easiest setup, like just for honestly a day or two. Here's when like the first piece of chaos comes in. I took out this hide, completely forgetting that I have a snail inside of there. Luckily, they're still good. That's me just trying to pick it out. And then I felt so bad. I finally got it out, but then the poor little guy, he like fell on the bridge. You'll see it. Right there. And then I helped him just to tip him over and gave him some little pats. Don't worry, he's good. I made sure he's moving and he's still eating. And then I had like sticky slime juice from the snail. Now I was being extra cautious just to make sure that I didn't hit the fish this time because I clearly can't trust myself anymore. But don't worry, she's fine. And also, try to guess the names by the end of this video. The one thing that does suck about putting her on this wood stand is that sometimes the water can like make it all bubbly. I forget the word. There's a certain word for it. Next is time to finally get to the plants. I'm so scared because I don't want to break anything or mess anything up. So let's just pray that I can do this without messing or breaking anything. I also bought this piece of wood, which I haven't used it in my other Betta's aquarium either. I only have used it for my hamster, so we'll see how that goes. I was doing some research, and these Anubis plants, they're supposed to be really good for Bettas, and I know that they can't just grow on the ground. At least that's what the lady at the pet store told me. So I'm just gonna use that. I'm like trying so hard not to break it, but you'll see like later, I figured out that you can be a little rougher. Now, I don't know why I thought this, but so of course, they're not gonna just stick on there. But I mean, I guess I thought so, but I learned and I Googled and now I know. Look at that, I got smarter. I used like fishing rope and I didn't have the small one and my camera fell. After that, at least not everything goes wrong. Oh. Yeah, maybe I spoke too soon. So I guess I didn't know that you have to soak it before this, because first it'll turn the water orange, but also it just floats. So I had to do that. I was so confused. Here's me just getting so upset at the piece of wood because I really thought that this would stay. But at least I learned from my mistakes. Google. After getting upset, I Googled and I just took out all of the stuff that I had put inside of the bin, and I was going to fill it up with water, which you don't really see on camera, but I filled it up with water and I put the piece of wood inside of the bin. Now I have more water to spill, only this time it turned orange because of the piece of wood. Here's me just struggling trying to open up this plant. I don't know why it takes me so long until afterwards I figured out a trick. It actually doesn't take that long. I just didn't know. Inside they had this little jelly stuff. I think it's to keep the plant healthy, but trust me, please do that over a sink or something because it gets everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Poor girl was so confused because she's never seen any live plants or anything in her whole life. She was really just stuck inside of a cup. I had to wash my hands so many times because the fish water goes everywhere. At this point I was getting so tired, so I just kind of dumped the plant out, and then I struggled again trying to open up the plant. I was so sad because I've had these plants there for a week already sitting there, but I was trying not to do it, and I'm so sad because some of it is ruined or kind of, I don't know, dried up. I was trying so hard not to make a mess and just to quickly take it out the package, and I just made a mess. Like I was saying, it just gets everywhere. All better now. I cleaned it up and oh, I made another mess. Okay. I'm good for real this time. Now I can put it inside. I feel like the gravel takes the longest time because you have to make different little holes so you can dig it up, just like I was doing. I have to cover it because you have to cover the little bottom so the roots can grow. Here's one more plant. I have so many plants and I need a whole lot more for my 10-gallon fish tank because this is just a 5.5, but I probably won't add too many hides for my adult. I just added a little more plants just because this one's a baby and I feel like they need more places to hide. For anybody who's been thinking about getting a fish or even has a fish but is new to owning one, I highly recommend getting a gravel base just because the sand, in my opinion, it's more work to clean up, and if you don't have something like a bottom sucker fish, I feel like it's so much more work. Even the fish that you can get, the walking ones that will actually clean up the sand, they are for saltwater, and I don't recommend putting your betta inside of saltwater tanks. I got this bridge from PetSmart, but I don't really know if it's the best because I know some stuff from PetSmart and Petco do color fade, and I want to make sure that nothing will hurt her, especially because she is little. So, I mean, if you know any places that I can get natural hides, like this ceramic one, I got a ceramic off of Amazon, It is smaller, but it's meant mostly for the snail. Now I'm just closing off for the night, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow for the wood and some extra accessories. Oh, wait, don't forget to wipe down the table so there's no residue. Of course, I have to quickly clean up my area so everything's clean and nice and fresh for the morning. I've had these really cute fairy lights for a long time, but I didn't know what to use it for because I didn't have any live plants in my other betta fish's tank, and I'm not going to put it over my hamster's tank just because of the light and I don't want to affect her. And voila, just like that, they're all there, and I'm just going to fix it up. I do have to add batteries because I completely forgot. I also am just decorating like the outside just with some of her old plants that were inside her cage when I first got her. I did take out the plastic ones because those are like the worst. Lastly, I just added these cute little mochis just as decoration. Here's her hides that I have to clean and the piece of wood that I'm soaking. The one thing that I think I didn't realize about having a snail is that it gets sticky like everywhere. Like both of these hides, it was like unusually sticky. So I just cleaned it and cleaned my hands. And I'll see you tomorrow for the piece of wood. Good morning. I just got this piece of wood and the hides are all clean and dry. Right now I'm just gonna go downstairs to get these little pieces of dark water items that I let soak. And there's Rosie. Here's the items that I soaked in water. I'm just gonna like feel it. So I got this little leaf that I'm gonna put on top and the piece of bark to put on the bottom of the cage. Just letting these dry for a little bit and putting them in the cage. Here she is. Good morning. And back to the enclosure. Thankfully, there's no more chaos whatsoever for any more of this video. Now it's just more of smooth sailing. I'm obsessed with how this piece of wood turned out, and I've been having it in there. Well, by the time that I'm recording it, I've had it in there for a couple hours, and she is obsessed with this piece of wood. Like, she goes under it, even the snail will go under it, and they'll go on top of it, and she'll chill on the leaves even. Super cute. Here's the last plant that I had. I was waiting to do this today because I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't cover where the wood would go, and I also didn't want to risk covering the plant. Now this took like a very, very long time. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. I was working on just trying to get this plant out for 5 minutes, but I shortened it down to I think like about 2 minutes. But oh my god, it was so hard to get this plant because there was so many roots, and I was trying not to hurt the fish or like to get anything in there, but I got it in, and that's actually one of her favorites, so I might get more of them. Note, just because I said that like so awkwardly, like re-looking at it, but when I mean like hurt the fish, I mean like if she tried to swallow any of the particles or like the little jelly things that they have inside the cup. Now is for the extra items. They're all dry. First I took the stick and I'm just gonna put it inside there. I'm trying to like shove it inside of the ceramic hide because I thought that would be so cute even for the snail to climb on. And then for the leaf, I'm just gonna honestly lay it on top because this one I've noticed she loves to lay on stuff and use them as a bed. Honestly, it was just like endless wiping and wiping of water because I didn't want anything to get destroyed or ruined, so I was just making sure everything's always clean. And I'm finally done from a 2 days journey of doing this fish tank. Also, when I was expecting the plants, I got this light just to hook up on the cage, just so the plants can get enough light, and I'm gonna turn it on whenever I wake up and then turn it back off at around 6, because that's about when all the animals get fed. I am so happy how this design turned out, and I really love it. And if you guys have any suggestions or want to comment maybe some extra plants or extra designs that I could use, I would appreciate that. I also feel like now is the right time to just ask, because I'm going to be posting bi-weekly and I don't really have much of a following, but I would really appreciate if more people would see this, maybe follow and share, because I work very hard on these videos and I promise to try to start posting even more. Now this is all the color that came from the wood, but a lot of people actually don't know this, but this is actually nutrients and it's really good for fish, and you should really start keeping this stuff, especially if your fish gets sick or it's wounded. Even just a little bit inside of its tank can really help. I recommend getting even like a 2.5 gallon just to use as like a hospital tank, because God forbid your fish gets sick, they're gonna really need something like that. I store just a little bit inside of a mason jar. I forgot to do this with my other fish, but I'm so glad that I'm doing it now, because if they ever need it, I would rather have it on hand than have to find it last minute, you know? I'm just using the same little jar that I was using to put pressure on the wood to put it inside of the mason jar. As you can see, inside a cup, there's not too much of a red tone, but when it's all together, it gets really red. The reason why I'm saying red and not orange is because there actually isn't a lot, but if you have like a giant tub, it does turn red. Now I'll just close that up and store it for in case an emergency happens. Now that the bowl's clean again, or basket, sorry, I can put the accessories back inside. This is the end of the video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching and have a great day or night.